Hi there, I'm Aurora from Fabric Bliss in Denver, Colorado. We teach an Intro to Knitting class, and we like to teach our brand new students how to do the long tail cast on as their first cast on because it is one of the most versatile cast ons. So here is how we teach it. To perform the long tail cast on, you first have to estimate a tail that is going to be as long as the number of stitches you're casting on. So let's say we're going to cast on 40 stitches, for example. I'm going to hold the end of my yarn here kind of near the little nub on my needle, just like this, and then I'm going to gently wrap 10 times around the needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, scoot them down, 9, 10. Okay. So now I have 10 stitches wrapped around my needle here. I'm going to pinch right down here at the bottom. So I have my little tail back here, and I want to make sure and pinch here at the top. So I'm pinching the ball yarn. You can see that's attached to my ball there. So I'm going to hang on to that, and I'm going to just kind of unravel and pull this off. I'm going to set my needle aside for the moment. This is how much yarn I need for 10 stitches, but I want 40. So I'm going to go ahead and, holding on to this pinched spot right here, I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to double it. So this should be enough for 20. And then I'm going to do it again for 30. And then I need a little more yarn. We're going to do it one last time for 40 stitches. So this is an easy way to do this if you have to cast on 110 or 220 or something like that. It's easier to estimate it like this. All right, so I have my estimate here, and I want to pinch right here at the end of my estimate, okay? And I'm going to unravel my very, very long tail. I'm just going to kind of throw it off the edge here. I'm going to grab a little more yarn from here. All right, so I have my pinched spot where I am going to start. I'm going to grab my needle and I am going to put the tail towards me, and I'm going to slip this underneath, okay, just like this, and I'm going to hold it. So now I have the yarn that's attached to my ball going over the back side of the needle, so I'm just going to push that out of the way. And then I have my tail coming towards me right here. So in order to do this, there's a couple of steps. The first one is that we are going to make a fist around these two pieces of yarn like this, okay? Once your two pieces of yarn are in your fist, I like to get my pincher fingers out. Then we're going to take our pincher fingers and we're going to move them to the other side of the yarn and pinch again. Now we're going to put them through the yarn like this, and then we're going to open up our hands just like this, okay? So this is what I like to call squirt gun formation, okay? It's also referenced a lot as the slingshot formation. So now we're going to turn our palm face up just like this. So now you can see I have a loop of yarn going around my thumb, and I also have one going around my finger there, okay? So now we're going to pretend like our knitting needle is a pencil, and we are going to physically touch our skin and draw lines on our skin in order to get our first stitch cast on. So we're going to start below the thumb, okay? So you're going to touch right here at the thumb, and you're going to physically draw a line up your thumb until you get under that loop. See how sneaky that is? Okay. Now we're going to swivel over and touch our finger, just like this. Now I'm going to draw a line down my finger and scoop that loop out. So I'm kind of scooping between my thumb and finger right there, okay? See how I kind of came out the side? Now I'm going to go back to my thumb and touch my thumb, and I'm going to draw a line down my thumb just like that, okay? Now I have this loop on my thumb back here. I'm going to go ahead and just let it go and let it kind of fly free in the back of my needle there. And in my fist I have two strands of yarn. I'm opening my fist here so you can see them. I'm going to put my thumb in front of this front one, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close my fist again. I'm going to get my thumb in front of that front loop, and I'm just going to go right back to squirt gun formation, and look at that. It just tightens it, and I'm just going to wiggle a little bit back and forth. I want them to be tight, but not super tight. I want them to slide around really nicely on the needle like you can see them doing here. Okay, so what you're going to say in your head when you do this is up, down, down, and pull. Up, down, down, and pull. That's a little song you're going to sing. So let's do it. We're going to start at the base of our thumb, and we're going to go up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, and then we're going to pull the front strand back into squirt gun formation and give it a little wiggle, just like that, okay? So again, palm face up, down, down, pull, up, down, down, pull. Now, you'll notice the very first stitch that we wrapped over the yarn and we put our finger on it to hold it, that actually created a stitch. So when you we did this sort of thing, we had a little pinch and we put it over like this and we held it in place, that's actually your first stitch. So really, when you hold this stitch on, that's your first stitch, and then this one will come, that's the first one you actually put on, so it makes two, and then after that it makes one after that, okay? So a quick way to get into this is if you just get your pincher fingers out, just like this, you're going to go straight between the yarn, and then you can take the rest of your fingers to wrap around it. That'll save you a little time so that you don't have to do the fist thing every time, although that works perfectly. So once we get back into squirt gun formation, we're going to put our palm up, and we're going to go up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, and pull. Up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, and pull. And there you go. We have our stitches, and you're just going to continue in this manner until you have enough for your project. And that's all there is to it.